the AFERY power station. Let's check it out. Yes, hello, welcome back to the channel. Now today's video is all about this power bank. Now I've been kindly sent this from AFERY. I think it's AFERY. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. But yeah, they contacted me a good few weeks ago saying would I be happy to review this power bank, power generator, whatever you want to call it. And I said, yeah, send it along, it looks pretty good. I have looked at a few videos online and everybody gives a good review of them. So I said, why not? So if that's something you're interested in, what we'll do, we'll run through the details of the power bank, all the specifications of it, well, most of them. Whenever I don't say, it'll be in the description below. And then we'll test out on a few items we'll plug in and see how it goes with that. And then once we run it down a little bit, we'll see how it goes charging up. So I'll try and charge it on a solar panel. I've got a solar panel from my Jackery, and I've got another solar panel I could use, see if it works on that. Ideally, you want to use the same brand solar panel as the AFERY. They do solar panels as well. But I haven't got one, so we're trying on another solar panel. See how it goes with that. And obviously you can charge it up using the 240 mains. So that's the idea. We run through the specs, give it a good bit of testing, and then see how it goes charging up. So if that's the sort of thing you're interested in, and you want to know more about the power bank, stay tuned and watch the video. Yeah, so here we are. I've got it out the box already. It's not one of them unboxing videos where you open the box up for the first time and all that. I had to make sure it was working for a start and charge it up, because it does come a little bit of charge in it, but not a huge amount. So yeah, just be realistic, isn't it? You know, we're not opening it up for the very first time. I had to see what it's about and obviously charge it up, like I said. So let's have a look at the box first. Very exciting. So first thing on the box, depending on which country you're in. Now I get quite a few viewers from USA. So you would have a different mark on the box depending on which country you're in. So I'll determine what sort of plug you have on the lead. A few things, like items it says it could charge. We're talking about lights, tablets, drones, cameras, mobile phones, laptops, TVs, mini fridge, fan. It says electric vehicle here. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. Hot blanket, air conditioning units. So yeah, a broad range of stuff it could charge or run. And then on the back is a few of the features. So you've got a pure sine wave AC output. Don't ask me what that means. But apparently that's like a continuous stable power, which is good for battery charging, I understand. Dual fan cooling. So obviously if it's heated up, you know, if it's running quite a bit of juice through it. Yeah, it's got dual fan cooling. Multiple safety features. Supercharged by an inverter. So it says 2 hours here to 100%. Yeah, I'm guessing that's on the mains. A large digital screen. We'll have a look at that later on. Low battery reminder. Battery management system. It all sounds pretty space age, doesn't it? And it says huge capacity. Yeah. So there we are. So again, there's all the bloody details in here. The weight, 22 kilograms. Yeah, so it's not a light unit, but it's not too heavy. So it's still portable. All the bits and bobs is all on there. I'm not going to run through it all now. It's a bit boring, isn't it? And this side of the box just says recharge anywhere via solar. Yeah, which I haven't got the solar for this. So that's the box. What comes with the unit? This little nifty bag. Little handle on it. This little handbag. All the rage these days, isn't it? Handbags. We've seen all the blokes wearing handbags. Crazy. Right. In there's your leads. There's a few little mesh pockets in there as well, so if you've got any other bits and bobs. So you've got a lead for your solar. So I've got a couple of solar panels, so I'm hoping this will just fit on there. I'm pretty sure they're all universal connectors these days, aren't they? So here's your lead for your solar charging. That's for your panel. And as because we're in the UK, we've got a 3-pin plug. If you're elsewhere in the world, you'd have one of them funny foreign ones. And your AC input for the charging up. What else we got? This, which I thought was a bag, but it's not, it's a rain cover. So if you're outdoors using it, and you want to protect it from the dust, a bit of rain, you can. Now it is IP54 rated for waterproofing, so yeah, it does say it's waterproof and dustproof. but you never be too careful if you're out in the rain. And what else does it come with? Obviously, instructions manual and 5 years warranty. Look at that, 5 years warranty. So yeah, that's pretty good, isn't it? So you've got 5-year warranty if anything goes wrong. Yeah, you can get it exchanged or fixed or whatever they do. So that's it, that's the contents of the box. So the next thing we do, we'll have a look at the unit and all its features and functions. Right, so we'll go a bit closer to the unit. I don't know if you can see it. So, like I said, the unit itself, 22 kilograms. So it's got 2 big grab handles on the side. So not the lightest of things, but 22 kilograms, whatever that is in pounds. I'll put it there somewhere. It's still portable. So if you're going off camping, or you're in a camper van, or whatever it is, it's still light enough for you to carry. On the top of the unit, you've got a bit of a compartment. So if you're out and about, you could put your solar lead in there. A few other bits and bobs in it. The front of the unit, first thing you'll see is the power button. So just depress that, and it comes on. Now, as you can see, is a very large display panel, and at the moment it's showing output 0, there's nothing plugged in, input 0. And you can see there it's on 100%, isn't it? 100% battery. So another good thing on display, which my other smaller solar chargers haven't got, and that's a time remaining function. So that shows your output and how many hours remaining you've got in charge in the unit. Obviously, what you have plugged in and what you're running will determine how fast that time goes down. On the front, you've got the cigarette lighter. So your 12 volt DC. Plus you've got 2 3 amp DC 12 volt outlets. And you've got a 25 amp 12 volt XT60 outlet. So some good options there for your 12 volt. So there's 3 different outlets there, depending on what devices you've got for your DC. And to get the DC to work, once you plug your devices in, just push the DC button and away to go. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 USB ports. So you've got 2 USB-A ports, and then you've got 3 20-watt USB-C ports, which are becoming more and more popular these days, only the USB-Cs. And you've got 100-watt USB-C. So again, depending on what sort of device you got, and again, what sort of charging demands they need, you've got loads of different options here for your USBs. So on the front, you've got a light. So press it once to get the light on. Twice for SOS mode, they call it. And then press it again. It's like strobe. That's enough of that. Then press it again to turn it off. On the one side, you've got your cooling fans. So it does say, whatever you're doing, when this is running, not to block these fans off because you don't want this thing to overheat. And underneath this flap, then you've got your AC 240 outlets. This model, UK model, you've got 3 ports, or sockets we call them. I think in the version in the USA, where you use 110, I think it's 6 outlets on there, or 6 sockets. But UK, we've got 3 at 240 AC. And then the other side, you've got your overload protection. So if there was a bit of an overload in it, this will trip out. And then if it does, obviously you have to depress that to get it going again. And then underneath this flap, you've got your input ports. So you've got one for your AC charging lead, and then one for your DC solar input, if you're charging on the solar. So that's it, that's the outside of the unit. What I like about it, it looks really tidy, doesn't it? It's a really nice looking piece of equipment. A massive LED display, and the best thing, it's pretty straightforward to use. You've got X amount of ports, loads of different ports of different varieties, nothing too complicated. You put your lead in, whatever it is, push the button, and away to go. And the instruction manual, it goes into in far more depth that, I can say on the video, but everything is covered in here. All the instructions, all the ins and outs of it, troubleshooting, all that sort of stuff. It's all in the instructions. I could waffle on for ages and ages all about that, but I think the best thing I want to do now is get a few devices, plug them in, and then see how this fares. And then once we've run the battery down a bit, we'll have a look how we get charged up and see how long it gets back to the full charge. That's the idea anyway. Let's get to it. Right, so testing out. Now when it comes to testing, I don't want to be unrealistic. I want to try and test things that you're more likely going to need. Say there was a power outage and you want to keep the household running as best you possibly can. Now I'm not talking about running a whole household on one battery unit, but it got to be more realistic what you actually need, what sort of devices you actually need. So more often than not these days, everything's run on batteries in it. So I got a battery from my tools. This particular one's off my saw, but these batteries run all my DeWalts. So if there was a power outage and I needed to do some work, could be storm damage or whatever it is, and I need to make sure my tools still work. So battery in the battery charger. We'll plug it in the back. So turn this on. Nothing coming through at the moment until we turn the AC button on. Now something should be happening now. So you can see straight away output 85 watts, 84 watts, and it's gone straight from 99 hours down to 16 hours. So that's telling me now that's charging. You've got the light showing there, and that sort of output, I got 15 hours of charge at 84 watts, that is. If you want to do the calculations you can, but yeah, I'm not bothering that. All I know that battery will be charged in less than an hour, and I could do that 15 times. So I know now that if there was a power outage and I needed my drills, my saws or whatever it is, I can keep my batteries going. So job done. I can charge that up. I'll leave it on charge for a minute and we'll find something else we can plug in. Right, so next thing, let's say again, the electric's gone off, charging the devices up, and there's no lights. I know there's a light there, so what we'll do, we'll get this light and see if we can plug that in. There you are, lights on. Now there's 90 watts output, and it's gone back up to 15 hours remaining. So not much change here, that light. So let's use one of the USBs. So this is the new phone lead, new iPhone thing. So it's a USB-C, I think. So we'll plug that phone in there. Plug that in. Hit the USB button. So that's flickering now. 92 watts being used. Still 14 hours remaining. And that's showing being charged. So we've got the light, the battery and the phone on it. Oh, it's gone up to 103 watts now. 104 watts being used output, and gone down to 13 hours. So that's obviously kicked in a bit. So what do we try? A laptop. So we've got a laptop. Or laptop, I don't know if it's laptop or laptop. If it makes a difference. Put that into there. So we've got 3 of them sockets all used up now, and it's made a bit of a difference to it. Well, now output is 151 watts, 150, 151, and let's knock this down to 9 hours remaining. Look. So we've got 3 devices running on the 240, the light, the laptop and the battery charger. We've got the phone being charged up. Let's see what else we can find. Now, what about communications? So I got little PMR walkie-talkie. That's on the USB-A. Plug that one in. And I also got CB radio. This will work on a cigarette lighter. So I'm not sure if you can run the DC and the AC at the same time, but we'll try it in it. I am bothered reading the instructions. Don't waste my time on that. So we'll plug this straight into the cigarette lighter. Hit the DC button. It's on. It's obviously not connected up to the aerial. And the mic is here. But that's just to show you that it will run it. So there we are, we've got DC running the CB. We've got the USB running the phone and the walkie-talkie. And we've got the 240 running battery charging, laptop and lighting. The only thing is we've got more wires hanging out of this machine now than the Borg mothership. So we've got 149 watts being used, or output, and 9 hours remaining. So it's only dropped to 98%. So I'm pretty pleased with that. So if it was a blackout or grid down or whatever it is, and you wanted to charge some batteries up, you wanted to keep your communications running, obviously charge your phone. I know there might not be any signal, but this phone has other uses, doesn't it? Your laptop. So it's running all them, no problem at all. And as you can see, you've got hours and hours and hours of running all that equipment, and the charging the batteries, that'll be done in half an hour, if that. Then you've got more time then, and you've got more devices you can put in. So what I'll do now is we prove this is going to run all that, for 10 hours. We'll pack it away, and we're going to find something a bit more demanding to try it out. Right, so we are in the kitchen, and put the unit up. So we're going to try it on a few devices up here. Again, we're thinking lights gone off, power's out, could be a storm, could be anything. So you want to heat your food. So what I thought I'd do is plug the microwave in, see if the microwave works on it. Plug that in, hit the AC button. Automatically that's gone down to 80 hours. So let's just put down for 20 seconds. Start, there's nothing in it. So with that 1160 watts, and that's got that down to 88 minutes. That's the end of that. So that's going to climb back up now to 72 hours. So there we are, you run the microwave, albeit just for 20 seconds, but it did use a lot of juice up, and it showed then that at that sort of power outage, was at 1100 odd watts, it takes it down to like 90 minutes, or an hour and a half. But you're not going to cook something in the microwave for an hour and a half. And if you was in a power outage, yeah, perhaps the microwave is not the sort of thing you want to use. Again, an electric kettle, we'll see if it runs it. Better put some water in it first, otherwise I'll be in trouble. So, electric kettle, AC's on. It's working. Output 2,400 odd watts. That's knocking that down to 37 minutes. But it's working. So there we are. It's boiled the kettle, and it's taken it down to about 93%. But it done it. It was using well over 2,000 watts boiling the kettle. But again, in a grid down situation, I wouldn't be using an electric kettle. I got other means, gas and wood stoves and all that. But if you are totally dependent on electric and you want to boil a kettle, yeah, this will do it. Yes, it took a bit of juice out, but when you're heating something, when you're heating water, microwave, kettle, burners, cookers, it does take a lot of juice, a lot of electric. But this little machine, she handled it no problem at all. I've currently got some chicken soup I've made this morning. It's in there. It's bonfire night tonight, so we're going to have a bit of chicken soup and a few hot dogs to watch the fireworks. So that's currently on. So what I'll do, I'll unplug it off the wall. And I'll plug it in the back of the unit. Hit the AC button. The slow cooker's plugged in and it's working. But it's not outputting any electric at the moment because it's on keep warm. So the slow cooker's working. It's keeping my soup nice and warm. But there's no output at the moment. Obviously, the element's just kicked in now. So the element's just kicked in, and it's using just over 200 watts. So at this point, it'll run that for 7 hours. And obviously, if I had the slow cooker on a higher setting, it would use a lot more electric, and it will run for a lot less time. But yeah, that's keeping my soup nice and warm. Now we just proved you can run little cooker, slow cooker, electric kettle and a microwave off this power unit. Now if it'll run an electric kettle, it'll run any electric appliances you got in the house. The electric kettle uses well over 2,000 watts. So yeah, any appliance should be able to run off this, no problem at all. Right, down in the prepping room, and I've just put the unit down here just to see if we can run the TV and the satellite. If it runs electric kettle, it'll run these no problem at all, but it'll be interesting to see how long for. So I plugged in an extension lead from the unit, turn the AC on. That's showing no output just yet. Put the telly on. That's the telly on. Yeah, it's only 50 watts and you'll watch telly for 23 hours. Biggest test now, I think, for the house is fridge freezers. If it runs one of these big chest freezers, I know it will run the fridge as well. Personally, I've got a backup system for these anyway, but yeah, this is just an experiment and I want to see if it runs it. So let's plug one in and find out. So just unplug one of the freezers. Plug that in. So automatically you can see there's 550 watts going out. Let's knock that down to 3 hours. So you can see the when we plug that chest freezer in. Yes, it was the smaller of the three we got, but the wattage is about 550 watts and it would run it for 3 hours if it's on full demand. But the freezers, they're not always on. They only come on every now and again, so you know it'll go run it for a lot longer than that. Taking on 72 watts, and that'll give us 18 hours of usage. Still at 92%, so there's loads of power left in that battery. Right, we've come outside to the truck. So what I'm going to do now is see if I can hook this up to a solar panel and charge it up. See how long it takes to charge up. Now bear in mind, we're in November, it's Wales. I can't even see the sun today, it's overcast. But we'll give it a go anyway. I'm happy enough, I've tested enough stuff inside the house. Yes, you could spend hours testing every single appliance you got, but if it can run a kettle, TV, what you had, a laptop, battery charging, all that sort of stuff, you know it's going to charge most things. If you're going camping, I have no doubt a unit this size, 2,500 or 2,400 watts, is going to run most things. It's going to run more or less everything you need for your camping trip. There are bigger units out there available, and I'll put all the details out. You can get yourself one of these below. But for now, let's put it on. So we're at 91%. So after all them tests, we've used 9% of the capacity. And let's see if we can plug a solar panel into it. Now I haven't got the AFERY solar panel. This is just a standard flexi panel I was sent ages ago. Again, if you want something like this, I have got them on the website. So the connections, yeah, are just the standard connections for a solar panel. They're all pretty much the same these days. I did try the Jackery one, but unfortunately I had different connectors. Right, so that's connected. Plug that into there. Now straight away we can see it's charging. So you've got the charger icon and the battery flashing. Input though is 0 watts. So the input being 0 watts, it's not really charging. So we need more sunlight, I think. Let's just get this out. Top of the roof. There we are. So that's changed it a little. We've got 6 watts. Now it's 6 watts charging. It's going to take a long time to charge. Now unfortunately it doesn't say on the display how long it will take to charge, but at 6 watts, yeah, it's going to take a while. But it works. This is a solar panel I've had for ages. It's in the shed. Never actually used it before. There's no sun today. It's just daylight. Now a nice sunny day. Obviously we can have more power generated with the solar panel, and it's going to take quicker to charge up, isn't it? Sit there. Sit there like that. Ozzy the dog has joined us. There it was. Yeah, what do you think? Oh, good boy. Good boy. Down you get there. Down. Good. Yeah, so there we are. We've proved the concept works. We got it charging on the solar. Dog's going nuts. While we're at the truck, this will say the next video is about what preps to carry in the truck, especially now in winter time. I had a bit of a palaver last week, hence the jump leads are out. So yeah, look out for the next video. It'll be all about the truck and what gear I keep in there. All I do now, we take that off the solar and charge up on the mains. Hey, yep. Wait a minute. Say hello. He's off. Pretty mad dog. Right. So yeah, back inside again. Put it on. Still 91%. So that little bit of solid charge didn't do anything. But it's only on for a couple of minutes. So now we're going to plug it in to the mains with this lead. This goes in there. Open up the flap. So straight away on the display, there's a bit more to it now. You've got the socket icon. Input now is 549 watts. Full charge time, 23 minutes. So the input charge time, 23 minutes. Yeah, it's charging now, and as it says, 23 minutes, that'll be full. So it's, well, it's up to 92% already. So I'm pretty sure I read an instruction somewhere. It takes 2 hours to charge. Yeah, so it's got two-way fast charging technology. So it'll do a fully charge within 2 hours. That's what it says. So a really good piece of kit. Yeah, I'm really impressed with it. As you might guess, I don't know a huge amount about them. I use the Jackery every now and again when we're down the parachute doing courses. I have the lights on down there. Take it out with me, the truck. I used it doing certain shows, bushcraft shows, all that sort of stuff, running lights and charging phones. But something like this is a step up again. We put it through its paces. We used quite a few things with it. Told you all the functions and features, and then showed how to recharge it. You know, what more do you need to see? So that's it, guys. As I mentioned before, if you want to get hold of one of these, all the links and whatnot will be below, along with all the other affiliate links, Jackery's, Bluetti's, EcoFlows. I've got affiliate links with loads of different top quality products. Unfortunately, I can't stock them all in the shop, but do yourself a favour. If a power goes off for any amount of time for whatever reason, but if you had something like this at home, it'd be far easier to cope, wouldn't it? You know, in that sort of situation. So that's it, guys. That's the video. If you do like the videos and you haven't done so already, please think about liking, subscribing, hit the notification bell, share it around if you can. And if you do want to see some more videos, check that one out and that one. And I'll catch you again next time. All the best.